Hello and welcome to Investors Hangout. This weekly interaction to help you learn and understand savings and investment issues is brought to you by Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund and Value Research.
We are celebrating a major milestone, the 300th episode of Investors Hangout. We want you to be a part of this special episode. Share your experience with us, record a short video sharing how Investors Hangout has helped you, and you could be featured in our 300th episode. Share your videos with us on vrhangout@valueresearch.in.
Now, at a time when festivities are in full swing and we are busy splurging, let's take a step back and rethink, in fact, our spending. Because probably this is what indulging in short term pleasures at the expense of long term wealth looks like. So, in today's episode, let's talk to Dhirendra Kumar and ask him how can we plan for a better, financially stable future. Welcome, Dhirendra.
Thank you.
Why do you think people, especially the younger generation, they believe in spending a lot more on experiences, say concerts or upgrading their phone, rather than, investing or saving?
No, it's simply a matter of, their whole life experiences. They are a more confident generation. They haven't seen or they are more sure of themselves. When you are a little unsure of your financial future, then you'll worry about it. And if you worry about it, you will plan for it. Besides that, I think, this is a big shift because earlier, gradually over time, simply the spending avenues are growing. It's quite remarkable that, you have Blinkit, Zepto, Zomato, Amazon, Flipkart, wherever, so you desire something, buying furniture, buying anything, everything is available just a click away. Speedy delivery. Besides that, you are confident of your future. You really don't have a problem. Then the third thing is that, some big thing which you are planning to buy or which you don't plan to buy. Simply it becomes approachable. You go and you come across an iPhone and you don't intend to buy it. But somebody tells you that this is 8,500 rupees a month EMI. You think, okay, let's take it anyway. So some big capital expenditure. If the easy credit was not available, I'll be thinking twice or I'll be thinking many times. But if it becomes 8,500 rupees and it is within the framework and, approachable, and then next 5 years I will be actually liable for, paying that EMI, that's how people are able to spend. You can also borrow. Nobody is, if you feel like spending, then I don't think anything constrains you from doing that. You can also mortgage your future income. And that I think is a very risky thing. If you're doing it for something flimsy, you will regret. But if you're doing it out of your income, it may not be regretful simply because, you can be more confident of future. The real reason is that, most people when they're starting, they have way too many needs, way too many desires as well. And many essential things to be done. And that is the time when you also have much lower resources. Your earnings, you are starting, you earn less. And this is where, you have just too many things which are building up. You need to buy the bike, you need to go on a vacation, you need to do, and most of the money is consumed in the essential itself. So you don't form that habit. Forming that habit, I think, is the most important aspect. And because you are living on a tight budget, you think that, okay, once I will have surplus, once I will have meaningful surplus, then I will start investing. That is the reason why people don't start. And that leads to procrastination. And I think investment is savings and then investment is a matter of habit. If you don't do small, then you'll keep looking for that avenue when you will have big, and you will never have that big because all these small contributions add up to making it big. Right. And this is where the magic of compounding also kicks in, and your appreciation of what can be done with small money and how impactful it is. People don't realize it because for it to become meaningful, it takes 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. And then you think that, let me do this, let me think about it later. Procrastination. Postponing it is one of the biggest things because when you're doing it, it's tiny, it's a small amount. You are able to justify yourself that, this is too small a sum, and you never form that habit.
So like you mentioned, the magic of compounding. How does this magic kick in?
This magic, this magic is not appreciated till you have done it for 5-10 years. Because you start with 10,000 rupee, and in the whole of year, it will be, your own contribution will be 1,20,000 rupee. Let me just explain it to you. You go to Value Research online and look at that, that SIP calculator, and it does an assumption. You do 10,000 rupees, which I think is not a very unrealistic sum of money, and you do it for 5 year, 10 year, 15 year, 20 year, and it will not look very magical. The moment it becomes 20 years, it becomes sizable, 20 years and 10,000 rupees a month, and it becomes, the worth of that investment at 12%. I'm not saying some extraordinary return. It is lower than what Nifty has generated or Sensex has generated. It becomes 92 lakh rupees. You add one more year, and this 92 lakh rupees becomes 1 crore 4 lakh rupees. Compounding at 12%, that large capital which you never thought you will have, with your 10,000 rupee becomes 1.4. Add one more year and look at 1 crore 4 lakh rupee becomes 1 crore 18 lakh rupees. This is the magic. 1,20,000 rupees is your new contribution, and the incremental growth on your principal is about 17 lakh rupees. This is what magic, once that triggers, then everybody starts appreciating, and you start believing, and you don't resist your temptation to fiddle with that. But for this to happen, you need to be very disciplined in the initial 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, because that is when it will become visible. You will have a capital which you never thought you had, or you can have. And once that grows at a phenomenal pace, primarily through equity, then I think, you start appreciating the magic, and that is the magic.
So is it important, how important it is to start early?
If you don't start early, then you'll never have anything. You will just be thinking. It is, without starting, it's a wishful thinking, and it's not a strategy.
Right. So how can one balance enjoying, the current lifestyle with investing? Is that even possible? Are there practical, strategies to manage both?
No, I think it is important to be able to spend on essential things. You can't do without it. That is what you earn. Second is that, think of what are the non-essential but important spending that you need to do. It could be buying a car or upgrading a car, which is essential for your job. So I don't think it's a wasteful thing. It may not be as essential or, something very primary. And third is that, you should have some allocation to fun as well, fun spending. But make sure that you have your budget for future income, you are postponing some of your consumption for your long-term financial security. And that is crucial. Have that, it's all about being prudent. And if you really borrow today to spend for something which is unproductive, which will not grow in value, that I think is a dangerous thing, because then there is a possibility that you will never get out of it. For emergencies, it is understandable, but borrowing to consume is a very risky strategy, because that is something where once you fall in habit of that, even when companies fall in habit of that, they are unable to get out of it, and the only way around it is bankruptcy. That will be even an individual will have a similar fate. You have to really strike a balance between these three. Besides that, you have individuals have one more avenue, which is work towards growing your income. And besides, just generating, likelihood of generating income. So that is something which if you can work towards, it can help you ease your, financial stress.
Okay, now moving on to the viewer's question. Kunal says, thank you, Value Research, for guiding me through my investing journey. It is usually said that magic of compounding starts to appear in your mutual fund portfolio once the valuation touches 1 crore. But does it hold true for the entire portfolio of 12 to 15 funds altogether, or just a single fund?
It is valid for all of it. If you are holding 15 good funds, and these 15 good funds are able to beat the benchmark on a 5-year basis, there is a likelihood that you will be able to benefit from all these holdings. Even in these 15 funds, all these funds, assuming that they are able to give you an annualized return of over 15% on a 10-year holding period. But during this 10-year holding period, There will be 2-3 funds which will have, there will be periods of 2-3 years, 4 years when they will be yielding 12%. There will be others which will be yielding 24%. All these things average out. If you have, think of 2-3 small cap fund, 3-4 large cap fund, flexi cap fund, and 2-3, mid cap fund, or, a value fund. There are different times when these funds deliver you higher or lower return. And all of it on an aggregate will be able to help you generate this kind of return. And this kind of diversification is very important, because you cannot have blockbusters, only blockbusters, and the ones which are blockbuster all the time. It is impossible to have them. So it is important to diversify across style, across funds. And if you have 8, 10, 12 of them, it's fine. They should be good funds. Don't let the losers dominate your portfolio for long.
Right. Well, that's all we have for you in today's episode. Keep watching this space for more information. If you like the show, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Take care. Bye for now.